I want to add another requirement to the collection, the ability to return a short description. Instead of implementing another interface, I'm going to combine all these requirements into a single collection interface. This will allow us to be certain that any class that implements a collection interface will have all the iterator and countable methods, as well as the new method we'll define. Add a new file to the source interfaces folder. We'll name this collection interface.php. Interface, collection, interface. We'll define our new interface by adding the keyword extends to extend the iterator and countable interfaces. Note that this is very similar to how classes can extend other classes. However, we can extend more than one interface. Now we can add our new method, public function short description. By extending the iterator and countable interfaces, our collection interface will now include all of the methods defined in those interfaces. This means that anyone implementing our collection interface will also need to implement the methods from the iterator and countable interfaces as well. Back in our collection class, let's change this to collection interface. Now we need to define the short description. Public function short description. We're going to use the current item details. First, we're going to check if the string length of this current details is less than 510. Then we're going to return the current details. But we're going to strip the tags. This current details. If we make it past the early return, we're going to return our trimmed down version. Return, and again, we'll start with strip tags. I'm going to add some line spacing to make this easier to read. Substring, this current details. We're going to start at our first character, which is 0, and then find the string position in this current details. And we're going to look for the first space after 500 characters. The final touch is to add an ellipses, or triple dots at the end to identify that there's more to this description. We'll just use ... We're finally ready to include our list view with the post, which will give us a sample of each post. Let's add a new view. In the Views folder, new file, list.php. The first thing I'm going to do is check if the item status is equal to published. Next, we'll create an article block with a title. We'll add the item, title, and close our tag. Finally, we can use our short description. Since the collection handles the short description and not the item itself, we use content. So echo content short description. Since we've stripped tags, let's add a paragraph tag surrounding the short description. Now we can add this to our index page. In the for each loop, instead of just the title, we're going to include views list.php. Let's take a look at this in the browser. It's starting to look like a blog. Let's add the ability to read each of these posts in its entirety.